Almost live.
All right.
Almost.
Funny, I'm almost live too.
Here we go. 5.
Almost.
4.
3, 2, 1.
Now there is an opening screen right now. Still an opening screen, like an opening.
Like an opening.
Like an opening. And now, bing. We are live.
All right.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hello.
Okay.
To everyone in Skype land.
Yes, everybody's live. We are live. People say we can see you. How creepy it is! Fantastic. We have a greeting from I Drive a Shitty Car, telling us hello, Max, and welcome, Mr. Snow.
Thank you. Thank you, I Drive a Shitty Car. You know, the best part of this, Max, is when you have to tell the screen name, like, I drive a shitty car.
That's the best way. That's the best part. That's true. I Drive a Shitty Car is telling me it's a PT Cruiser. What can I say? I don't know. I don't know what can you say. It's true.
Yeah, what can you say? Yeah.
At least it's a car, you know.
It's true. It's got 4 wheels.
Yeah, 4 wheels. All right. Let's see. I drive a Chevy Aveo, so I think I have you beat.
Yeah,
this
he
is
does.
from Rocky Van Heineken. Okay.
Well, Rocky Van Heineken certainly does have I drive a shitty car beat with the Chevy Aveo.
The me one I say I drive a pedal car. So fantastic.
Well, there we go. We're going further down the line.
I'm having here some Coca-Cola, sponsor of nothing because they don't give me any money,
but someday, yeah.
Someday, I'm a sellout. You can buy me. I don't care.
We're all whores.
Yes, it's from the broadcaster Indie Horror. So you guys are linked to 2 projects. Tell us a little bit about how you 2 met and the genesis of the projects. Okay. Al, you wanna take this?
Yeah, well, Max and I met online on Facebook.
Match.com. It's okay.
Yeah, that's right. Match.com. And we started having a conversation. We connected. We really hit it off, and we really, just got to discussing the possibility of working together on these projects. And Max works like ever since I've been speaking to him. It's like he never stops working on creating and doing different things and coming up with different projects. It's like he's constantly in motion. He's like a perpetual machine. So. There's 2 now. Probably by the time we get off this phone call, Max will have probably 5 or 6 more. So, with him,
Thank you.
I don't know when he sleeps. I don't know when he has time to eat, because it's like he's constantly working and doing something.
Yeah, that's why I keep myself in shape. Horrible shape. Citizen Grim telling us Facebook meeting sounds familiar. Yeah, I know. A very quick off-topic question for Al from Rocky Van Heineken. Okay. But when was the last time you had Pat Donuts and Cream?
Oh, Pat's Donuts and Cream? Oh, that's because that was from my hometown. That's been a long time ago. I haven't had those in quite a while, and those things are so good. I love donuts. I just don't eat too many of them because now I'm 50 and the metabolism slowed down to a crawl. So, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips.
Rocky Van Heineken is telling us that he lives in Findlay. Okay.
Yeah. They use Pat's Donuts. Used to be in Lima, Ohio.
Okay, very good.
Which is named after Lima, Peru, because that was where they got the vaccine to treat the people that first settled in Lima because of the swamp area that caused sickness.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I learned new things today. Excellent, excellent.
The more you
Perfect.
know, the more you know, Max.
The more you know. With the rainbow, no?
Yep, that's right. The more you know.
Let's see. We have okay. I drive a shitty car. Al, how's the transition been from wrestling to acting?
It's been interesting and very enjoyable. Acting is a different world with different rules, different expectations than what wrestling is. It's a bit of an extension of what I've been doing for the last 30 plus years, but I'm very thankful, to guys, and I'm not just saying this, but to people like Max and other people that have given me the opportunity to get involved in acting and to earn my way in, and slowly pay my dues and get experience, and hopefully, I keep getting chances and great opportunities like with Max. I'll be able to develop a career.
Thank you. I have a delay here on the feedback on Justin TV, so I look like a retard, but it's okay. Okay, Hindi horror. A question from the broadcaster. Max believes in using heavy prosthetic in his film. Al, any concern about being masked and heavy makeup for 6, 8, 12 hours a day? Actually, that's what we talked a couple of days ago, you and me.
It's something I've never had to deal with in the past. It'll be something new, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make the vision and to tell the story that that needs to be told. In wrestling, we're taught right from the start that there's no such word as can't. The number one rule in the wrestling business is to take shit and make shinola. So if it takes me in a prosthetic for 8 to 12 hours to get the job done, then that's what it will take.
It will pile drive me, of course, after 8 hours, but we already know that. No, actually, we were talking, Al and I, in these days. I'm trying to find very lightweight body armor. The mask is very refreshing because it's silicone, it's not latex, so it will be not too hot. So we're talking about this. The EMI one eye is telling me, I hope that goes on the blooper reel. The the pile drive, I imagine.
The pile driver, yeah.
And Citizen Grim saying wrestling sounds a lot like military service.
Kind of, I guess you could say. You have to do what you have to do.
Exactly. I am the same on set. I'm not the kind of director who sit down and tell people action and drink, Coca-Cola while saying this. I'm usually behind the camera, or I'm running, or I'm moving a light, or I'm doing gaffer job or PA job, anything who has to be done to make the movie as smooth as possible. We have a lot of questions. Let's see. Rocky Van Heineken. Al, I really liked your appearance in the film Rose-Colored Miles. Do you prefer that style overall to a horror thriller?
I've gotten so few chances to play a variety of characters that I really love to just get the opportunity to act, to take on a character, and as I get more experience, I get a better understanding of how to take that character on and truly portray it and live outside of myself. And each time I get to do it, and I just love it. It's like I said, it's an extension of what I've been doing in wrestling, and that's probably why I enjoy it so much.
Okay, we have a question from the broadcaster, Hindi horror. Al, are you a big horror movie fan? And if so, what are your favorite horror films?
I love horror. I love horror films, and I would have to say The Exorcist ranks right up there at the top,
Excellent.
and then The Birds with Alfred Hitchcock, and trying to think of a third, because that's, everybody thinks of horror, especially these days, as just gore and splatter, and they forget that horror used to be suspense as well. And I I think I really like Rear Window was really kind of more of a horror film because it dealt with murder and dismemberment, and you just never got to see the actual act. And that's another one I think was really, really well done.
Excellent, excellent. We have from Horror Scream, Rosemary Baby. From the Emily Peeping Tom. I don't know what's
Emily Peeping Tom. He's got red eyes.
I have no idea. So Horror Scream is asking if you liked Rosemary's Baby.
I like the concept, and I remember watching it. I've watched it several times, and I think the horror part of it is in the fear that the people that you think are that and you feel safe around are people that you really don't know and that you really are not safe with, and that horror could be literally living right across the hallway in an apartment complex or something. I didn't think that it was necessarily a terrifying movie, but it's definitely a classic. People will still, talk about it to this day.
Very good. We have a question from Hindi Horror again, the broadcaster. Actually, to me, let's say, Max, speaking of the difference in horror building suspense and tension versus gore, is your upcoming movie Where Evil Dwells more of a suspense building film or a slasher with gore type? Well, actually, this one is more of a slasher due to the fact that I was contacted by the distributor directly, and he asked me if I had a slasher movie ready, and I lied to him. I told him yes. Well, we didn't have nothing whatsoever, so I had to call my screenwriter. I wrote down a story in maybe, I don't know, an hour, send it to him. We brainstorm a little bit with my other writer, and the movie came up. So called Al right away, told him, Al, do you remember the sci-fi movie that we have to do, the Omega File? He told me, yes, of course. I said, okay, forget about it. We have a slasher movie to do right now. Let's be prepared. And we have it done, the development in 8 days, 9 days. So it was pretty much quickly. We have a question for Al. From Mr. Skeeter, if you had to play a corporate style villain, who might it be based on? Who might be based on?
Who might it be based on? Obvious. I would have to a corporate style villain. I would have to base it on Vince McMahon. I mean,
very good.
What a classic villain he is.
Very good, very good. I thought you would say, I don't know, Donald Trump or something.
Oh, no. I think Vince McMahon's a much better character in that role.
That's true. Let's see. We have a question from I Drive a Shitty Car. I think I Drive a Shitty Car is the wife of Robert.
Yes.
Let's see. Al, have there been any project that you turned down because you didn't like the script or any other reason?
No, not at this time. There hasn't been. I'm pretty open to being involved in just about any project, and I've been very lucky because most of the ones that I've gotten involved with have all been pretty decent, and like I said, I've been very fortunate,
except for this one.
I was about to say, and I think my luck's continuing. I mean, I'm very lucky to be involved with Max and to be a part of this too.
I said except for this one.
Except for this one. But I I've been lucky, and I don't, I would like to have that problem. I would like to have somebody approach me with something that, but it hasn't happened yet. So, and if they did, my approach to that would be that I look at it like it's an opportunity to really learn, because when everything around you is bad and subpar and not very professional, if you can still excel and be professional and be on a level far above what it is you're surrounded with, in spite of it, just think how much better I would be if I were to get on an actual professional set. So, it's a chance to improve your skills that much more.
Very good. Let's see. We have a question from Arthos Pendragon. Let's say, Max, I heard your interview on the NQ radio show with Mark Johnson and Erlene Bashinger. It's a great show, and you'll be back on anytime soon. You were really funny. Well, thank you. I think I'll be there soon. I don't know if they want to have me there, I'll be there. I'm very easygoing, so I enjoy to be there. I enjoy actually to be on Indie Horror. So anytime you guys want me, I'm available. Let's see, Mr. Skeeter, Al, what would you be your ideal perfect role to play in a movie? Will be a psychological, slasher, etc., and why?
The ideal role in a movie would be one that I think that nobody would expect me to play, and
Very
one
smart.
that nobody would expect me to play well, and that and that I could do in a way that would make people completely forget the preconceived notion that I'm just another wrestler. If I could ever get the opportunity to do that, I think that would really help to open up a lot of doors.
Very good. Very good. Let's see. Horror Screams. Max, do you often have several projects going at the same time? If you do so, you will find it difficult to keep on top of each individual project? Well, I'll tell you actually the truth why I do this. I always have like 3 or 4 movies at the same time, because maybe I find an investor who is not interested in project A, but is more interested in project B or project C or whatever it was. So we can start a movie right away without me waiting for the perfect producer or the perfect investor. And I just have one screenplay available. So I always have like 3 or 4, so people can pick and choose, and we can start. Like I did right now, we have actually The House of Evil ready, but an executive producer, and he's also an actor. His name is Shimon Amzaleg, and he was very interested to produce this one, so we went it right away. Let's see, Mr. Skeeter. Max, can you remake Hellinger with Hal as the lead villain? No, it's a joke. Poor Hal. Now he has to shave his head. I don't think he will want to do that.
I don't think my wife would want me to do that.
Nah, horrible look. Let's see, Rocky Van Heineken, sorry. Hal, with more and more retired pro wrestlers like King Kong Bundy and Mick Foley getting into stand-up, were you ever considering doing that while you continue your acting career?
A lot of people have spoken to me about it, and I've thought about it. I find the stuff that I come up with and say and things like that, I find it funny, but I don't know if everybody would necessarily find it funny. So, maybe someday I might give it a shot. But for right now, I really want to be good at something. In my opinion, you really have to focus on that, and you really have to, push everything you have, all your efforts in that direction. And I really want to excel at and be good at the acting right now. So, once I get to a certain point and I feel like, I'm comfortable enough, maybe at that point, then I might try, doing the stand-up. But if I were to do the stand-up, I'd want to focus 100% on that and do it to the utmost of my ability, and, not have something else taken away from it. And the same goes for the acting. I want to try to focus as much as possible on that right now.
Very good. We have a question, actually two questions. They're very short, so I read both of them at the same time.
Okay.
Emily asking me if I want to be any acting, and Mr. Skeeter asking me how's the location scout. Okay, in regard of acting, I always do pro bono work or cameo for friends or anybody who needs it. I don't want to do a big role because since I have Alzheimer, I will never remember the lines. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. I don't remember lines anyway, so I can do a small role, and I do for fun, so it's okay. What the location scout actually is done. We found all the location. We found the villa where all the actor and the crew will stay. So we are done. We just need the money, and we're ready to shoot. Let's see. MMG says, Will we ever see an Al Snow Mick Foley buddy cop movie? Actually, it's a good idea.
Well, you never know. You never say never.
Yeah, if Al is still friend with Mick Foley, yeah, I have no problem.
Yeah,
I will do some fun things.
Have a chemistry on an on-screen chemistry that seems to work. So.
Yeah, I will do actually a buddy cop movie. We'll call him Cash and Carry or something like that.
Because I've been carrying Mick.
Yeah, after Tango and Cash and Carry, it's a perfect. It's a perfect thing. Let's see, Emily. Being a stand-up comedian is great. I'll give you some pointers. Yes, she's a comedian from UK. Yes, she's very funny. I met her on Facebook. I will send you the link.
Okay.
She's also good looking, so it's a plus. Let's see, Mr. Skeeter. Al, I have to say, your random Facebook posting are hilarious. That's true. Nothing wrong with having some wit. Absolutely.
Not unless you go through the TSA security at the airports. They ask you if you're carrying anything sharp, and you say just my wit, and then it takes you 3 hours to get through there. So.
I remember reading that. It was very fun. Let's see, horror screams. I love the fact that you aim in your film is to use physical special effect and don't heavily rely on CGI. It's for me. Do you find this hard at times, or does it push you to be in the best special effects you can in the movies? Actually, I don't find it hard because I'm old school. I started in 1994. It's almost 20 years now. It's 19 years right now. And I always done practical special effect. It's much more fun. You have to. I'm used to it. Green screen, I will not use, or I will just use it, a little bit hints that people don't know is green screen. So you will, if you see a giant in my movie, it's like 40 feet high, it's green screen. If you see maybe a car who doesn't move and green screen on the window, and you see, tree passing by, you will not noticing it. So that's the kind of stuff that I will do. Let's see. Citizen Grim. I think Al will make a good stunt double for me in real life. Wink, wink. Okay. All right. Let's see. Looks like no more question. We have some dead air, so someone has to type question quickly. If not, Al will start saying jokes, and I have to leave. We are very lucky to find each other. Al and I, we're very good chemistry, so we have a lot of fun, talking via email and stuff.
And I'm looking forward to, getting actually to working together and stuff. I think we'll have a great time.
I can't wait. Let's see. We have tons of stuff coming up. Rocky Van Heineken. Sorry, every time I read Van Heineken, it looks like a German. Asking Al, whatever happened to Head?
They're still around. In fact, I think they're laying in the bed watching TV right now. They just got done watching The White Queen on Stars. So they love those period pieces,
All right. Emily, is there a reason for your preference to special effects other than your old schoolness? Okay. Actually, my old schoolness are the practical special effect. That's why I prefer them. You can see the effect right away. You don't have to rely to green screen and waiting and post-production and the guy, doing this. He does 300 different little variation, then you get crazy. I like this one in green, like this one in red, and let's tweak this, let's tweak that. No, I just want to see right away. It will save time. I don't want to spend 7 years or 7 months editing a movie. I just want to shoot in 2 weeks, editing it in 4. After 1 month, start distribution and move to the next one. I don't do, let's say, art, quote unquote. I want to do, something that sells and make money, and we can start making the next one. Let's see. Indie horror. Al, you're still actively wrestling. Do you know how much longer you plan to continue your wrestling career?
As long as they continue to pay me to do it. I know the clock is ticking, and that's why I've been so fervently trying to find something to replace my wrestling career that I could be just as passionate about and enjoy as much as I have the wrestling business. And every opportunity that I've gotten to do the acting and stuff so far has been, it's been the thing that I've been looking for, that I think that will, supplant the wrestling that I've done for so long. So, the wrestling business is an entertainment business, and it's a way of doing a form of acting and telling a story and playing a character just through more physical means, and getting the opportunity, Max and being so gracious to give me the chance to do this, and it's a chance to get to do much the same thing, and I'm very excited. Max is, I don't know if everybody knows that, Max is located in South America. He took himself there to create a whole brand new studio by hand. And, I love traveling and going places I've never been. I've been just about in every other place in the world, but not South America yet. So, I'm excited even for just doing that. I mean, so it's I can't see how I can go wrong. I mean, it's just awesome. Every time I've gotten to do it, it's just gotten, I've gotten more confident, gotten more experience, gotten a little better at it. And I'm really looking forward to coming and working with him, with Max.
Thank you very much. Me too, Al. I can't wait. It's been a month that we are talking, so hopefully we will meet soon. Actually, you didn't tell the truth. You didn't say that you tried knitting and it didn't go well, so you went into acting.
I do the magic for the blind too, and that's
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean it's going great. People that can see, it's not that awesome, but for blind people, I'm tremendous. So
I know. I can imagine.
I just got to say a lot, because if I don't, they don't know what happened. So.
But a second, I'm getting tons of questions and scrolling so fast I can't read all of it. Let's see. Wrestling, horror scream. I actually prefer physical, practical special effect. I think he means some CGI just terrible and ruins some movies. That's true. When you don't have money, you can't do CGI. There are a lot of low-budget producer or director that they want to be the next Spielberg with $500 or $10,000, and you can't do it. Good quality CGI for that amount of money, unless you're doing CGI and you're very good at it, or a friend is doing it for you. Practical effects, you pay money. Actually, some special effect costs a lot of money. I have good friends in the business. I am a friend with the CFX that does all our prosthetics, and got throat effect in New York. Then will come on the set and do all the cuts, bruises, and stabbing wounds, and simulating rape, stabbing, slashing, rape. Yeah, I mentioned rape twice because there's lots of raping in this movie.
and some more rape. So
more rape again. What else? In the horror scream, I agree, especially CGI blood with no texture. No, CGI blood, I'm absolutely against it. We buy the real fake blood. It's a real word, actually.
But it's real.
Exactly. And it costs a lot of money. It costs like $50 a gallon. So, but that's the best blood that Hollywood can offer. So we have to do this investment. What else from Hindi horror? Hal, have you ever considering acting on stage in addition to films?
Yeah, I did. I was briefly, I got very lucky to, about a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, I was involved as the fight director for the elaborate entrance of Chad Deity that they put on here at the Actors Theater of Louisville. It's a wonderful place. They're very talented people, and it was it was a runner-up for a Pulitzer Prize. So it's an awesome play. If you ever get the chance to go see it, it's just amazing. And we just went and watched Dracula, and I've thought about the idea of toying with the idea of doing stage acting, which is completely different than acting on camera. It's a little closer to what I've been doing, and as a result, I don't want to. Again, I want to try to really focus on and try to develop the skills that I'll need to do the acting on camera before I then venture out and try to do something else. And I don't want to just be okay. I want to try to be really, really good at it and exceed people's expectations.
Excellent, excellent. I have to say, my office in this camera looked like a shitty place. That's very embarrassing. I just noticed. Okay, let's see. We'll pass on the next question. Mr. Skeeter, we are big fans of Max. Thank you very much. Hope you're a big fan of Al's now as well.
I hope so.
Horror Scream, indie horror. Yes, I agree. You get too much CGI in horror movies, and it's just not stand out like a sore thumb. CGI fire does not look good either. True, looks like crap. In the horror, the blind believes every trick. That's true.
Of course.
Rocky Van Heinekayen today is new one. It started to become German more and more. Okay, let's say, Hal, how do you feel about horror remakes? Which one stick out as being particularly good or bad?
I don't like them.
Excellent.
I don't like them because if it's not broke, why are you trying to fix it? Usually the reason that they want to remake a film, whether it's a horror film or a comedy or whatever, is because it did so well the first time that it was viewed, and that's usually because and I think, and I can't speak but for Max, but I think Max would agree that sometimes you do certain things in a movie or any form of entertainment, and things just kind of happen. They fall into place, and I call it the divine providence of accident. It just, stuff clicks, and you try to recreate that, and you try to take it and do it again, and it just never happens. I don't think I've ever seen a remake that was as good as the original obviously was, because if it wasn't, they wouldn't have tried to remake it. Am I right, Max?
Absolutely, I agree with you. I hate remakes. The only remake that I loved was True Grit, the Western one. That was beautiful remake. Beautiful.
But they didn't really they literally took it and they didn't reinvent the wheel.
Exactly.
And they did it shot for shot and scene for scene and almost line for line to it.
Exactly.
And so they didn't try to. And if they were to do that, if they were to go in and remake a movie and literally remake the movie like they did with True Grit, as opposed to trying to, another director has a completely different vision, well, then now it's become a completely different movie. And,
I agree.
You've lost the magic that made it work the first time.
Like Evil Dead. I saw the remake. I fell asleep at the theater. I didn't see any scary thing. It's like, it's the same stuff, What else we have here? I think it's the same question from I Drive a Shitty Car. Al, are you a fan of independent horror? And are there any good films you would recommend?
Yeah, I am a big fan of independent horror, and I would say go out and buy Overtime right now. Buy as many copies of Overtime as you can. You can get it at Walmart. You can get it on iTunes, Google Player. It's an awesome, amazing independent horror film.
Smart man.
Okay.
Smart man.
I started, so that would be why.
Excellent. I'll star in it. So I interrupted him while he was talking, but it's a very good movie. I recommend it. Buy that. Overtime. Yeah. Let's see. Horror Scream, a question for both of us, okay? Is there a project or then the current movie that you would like to do? Actually, there is the Omega 5. That's how we start talking, Al and I contacted him for that. And it's a sci-fi series. We're planning to do the pilot ASAP after we will do this Worry All the Well. So hopefully Hal will be still alive after the movie, or maybe I'll be dead. You don't know. He will strangle me for real on the set. So, you never know.
Never know.
Let's see. Emily, Max, have any films or director particularly influenced you? Actually, my first love of movies was with a very old movie. It was done in 72. I was born in 71. No, in 72, I'm sorry. I was born in 72. So this is 41-year-old like me. And it was The Hills Have Eyes, the original one, not the remake, starring Michael Berryman. And I became friend with Berryman in 1994. I was 23, I think. And he was my best man at my first wedding. So it's very nice when you find your idol in the movie screen like Berryman, and when you find your idol in the wrestling like Al Snow, and you become friend. It's something that's very good. It's very unique because you appreciate the man, the performer, the actor, the wrestler, and you become friends. So it's all meld together in a very positive way. What else? Indie Horror asking a question for Al Snow. Al, I believe it was said that when you had a role in training with Dan Severin for UFC. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was like?
Yeah, at that time, the UFC was completely different than what it is now, in the sense that if you were a fighter, you fought 3 different fights in the same night. It was set up like a tournament, and you had to fight, and win one fight, and then you would win, you had to fight the second fight, and then you finally won you had to fight the final to win the entire thing. And the biggest difference besides that was back then, the UFC wasn't composed of, all the fighters didn't have the mixed martial arts like they do now, where everybody is versed in, they're all basically the same to a certain degree fighters. You have they have ground skills, they have wrestling skills, they have jiu-jitsu skills, and they have boxing and Thai kickboxing, and they basically have melded all of those together. Where back then, you'd have a wrestler like, say, Dan Severin, who was just literally a wrestler, and he would go out and face a Muay Thai guy, who was strictly a Muay Thai guy. You'd have a boxer, which at UFC 4, there was a boxer that was in and he was literally the guy. He came and he didn't do anything else. It's not like he wrestled. He didn't have a ground attack or anything. He was just a boxer. There was a kung fu guy. There was, all these different styles, and you really got to see, what would it be like if a boxer faced a Muay Thai guy, or a wrestler faced a boxer. You could really see those styles clash and how they would play out. And we didn't know how to train for it. We didn't know, what we were doing per se. Where now, they know exactly, who they're going to fight, how they're going to fight, and, everything like that. Dan and I didn't know anything. It was just trying to teach Dan how to be not just a wrestler, but a fighter, and how to protect himself from being struck, and then being able to, take advantage of the skills he had. And let me tell you something, it sucked, because, he would beat the hell out of me all the time. It was like fighting a bear, because you'd hit him and you couldn't hurt him, and then he would just take you down and just maul you. So, you know, I didn't enjoy it. And
Can imagine.
you know, and he wanted me to continue training. I'm like, no, I think I'll just stick to wrestling. It's a lot more fun. So it's not fun.
I don't like to fight a bear every day.
Yeah. I don't want to fight, you know, I don't want to fight a grizzly every day. It's not enjoyable.
Let's see, another...
A real bear one time. I wrestled a real bear one time. But that's
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That wasn't fun either. So
I can imagine.
Yeah.
All right. That's a story that you have to tell me in private then.
Yeah.
Let's see, Mr. Skeeter, Al, not to get too much into WWE, TNA thing, but how similar is the storyline and filming process? Again, with the same question. These people doesn't follow anything. Okay. It's the same thing, blah, blah, blah. It's acting, it's the same on the stage, blah, blah.
Same thing.
Let's see. In the horror, The Thing, 1982 is the lone exception. Absolutely agree. I think this is about the remake.
Yeah, that's true. You know, that was, you know, with Kurt Russell, that was an amazing remake. You know,
I agree as well.
But again, they sort of kept the original format. They didn't really change. They didn't try to reinvent the wheel. They added if I remember correctly, they just added some better special effects. That was it.
Absolutely.
You know?
I agree. Now they're remaking The Thing again. So yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
That's amazing.
Okay, we are Citizen Grim. It's funny that I've been liking Max's work on Black Flag TV, and I even realized I've been following you on Facebook. It was good finally meeting you last night. It's you! Okay. This is the guy who will do the 8-bit games for us, and he will do the comic book as well.
Oh, great.
Very talented guy. I will send you his link and keep him in your Facebook contact. He's a very nice guy, very down to earth. So he's a good guy to keep. Let's see, Emily, True Grit was awesome. Juyon, The Grudge is another shot-for-shot movie, but that one fell on it. I think it means. Okay. Or Scream, good man, Al. Remakes just show that Hollywood have just run out of ideas, of course. That's why I'm such a huge fan of the independent film industry. Buy the movie, excellent. Or Scream. Lithium Man deleted a message, so I don't know what he said. Maybe some vulgarity on me.
It was the same question as the other one.
Let's see, Horror Scream. Max, is there any other independent filmmakers that you support or you're currently following? Actually, I am following Dustin from DMP, Dustin Mills Production. It's look like a Dark Mountain Picture, DMP. We have the same three initials. He's a very nice guy, Dustin. Hopefully we will work together. He will re-release one of my movie, Holy Terror. So we will work together actually in the true sense of things. He's also a very good special effect guy. He's a good editor. So it's a guy that I like. It's very funny as well. He did, of course, you know, the movie Puppet Massacre. It was very nice. So, you know, a lot of good things. Rocky Van Heineken is laughing on LOL. Nobody is writing faster because Lithium Man deleted all these messages. Let's see. Indie Horror. Al, you had a couple of runs in ECW. What was your favorite memory of working there? The entrance of Western Palooza was awesome. That's true.
That would probably be one of the ones that stands out the most. Would be that night in Asbury Park, New Jersey. You know, the 4,500 people, maybe close to 5,000 people, and you know, the entire place filled with styrofoam heads, and you know, no pun intended, but when the way they did the strobe lighting effect and they did all the heads, and it looked like a giant snowstorm. It was amazing.
I remember. I sent you the clip actually. Remember?
Yeah.
I love that. Let's see, Emily, Al. Do your wrestling skill help you with the physical aspect of acting in movies?
Yeah, actually it does. It helps me a lot. We just, in January, I worked on a movie for a wonderful lady, Jessica Simon Bourne and Christina Hammond, on a movie called Alice D, another horror film. And Kane Hodder worked on the film, and I had to do a lot of physical, things in the role that I was in, and kind of manhandling, some women and stuff. And I try to always take great care with anybody, whether it's a man or a woman I'm dealing with, because, I don't want to hurt them or make them, physically afraid, because then they can't react or behave the way they need to, and just out of consideration. And but with all the experience in wrestling, I'm very confident that I can make something look ultra violent, and especially because it's on a camera, and it's not live and in front of 1,000 people. I can make it look really ultra violent and not hurt, not make them feel anything at all.
Excellent. We have, let's see, Rocky Van Heineken. See, I keep changing his name every time I read it. Heineken. I can know why I cannot say Heineken anyway. Must be some Alzheimer form. Let's say that Al, I met you at the Lima Mall back when Sable was doing an autograph signing. Do you ever get annoyed when you are spotted in public?
No. It's just part and parcel of the job. It's not, of course there are times when it would be better, when I'm involved with my family or my kids or something, maybe not necessarily to get noticed, but you work your whole career to get noticed. And then, I never understand people who, work their entire career to get noticed and get people to pay attention to them, and then they complain about it and get upset about it. And it's like, well, that just doesn't make any sense. That if it wasn't for those people that took notice of you and had an interest in you, you wouldn't be able to make a living doing what it is you're doing. So you should be thankful. And of course, the minute that, because at some point in time, it comes to an end. It doesn't matter how famous you are or how popular you are. At some point in time, you're going to run your course. Somebody else is going to step up and take your place. And, all of a sudden, those same people that were bitching and complaining about, being noticed and people coming up and bothering him for an autograph, now all of a sudden you find that they're missing it. And they're longing for, somebody to notice them. Yes. And it's like, I don't do it to be famous. I never got involved in wrestling to be famous.
Just for the money.
Yeah.
That was the only thing.
I got involved because I loved it, and for the money. I mean, I wanted to make a good living at it, and but it's part of what you do, and you accept it and you enjoy it for what it is, and then you move on. That's it, But I tell everybody all the time when people come up and, hey, I'm a big fan, and I'm like, thank God, because otherwise I wouldn't have a job.
Exactly. Me too. I started doing movie business because I really loved it, and the good thing is I'm behind the camera, so people doesn't bother me, except for this last year that I am doing a lot of interview. So people say, that's the idiot who did this movie. Now we know how he looks like. So that's a good. that's the thing. Let's see. We have a lot of questions from horror screams. Let's see if there are any kind of movie you would like to spread out, or you're firmly sticking to the horror one. I think it's for me. Actually, I like horror. I like sci-fi. I do not want to do a romantic movie or a drama. Comedian. I can speak English. A comic movie, actually, comedy will be nice. I don't have any problem, but I love horror. That's my roots in it. So horror for me is fine. Another question for Al. I don't know what is it. Al. If it bothers you, if you're standing at the urinal and a guy notices you and wants to chat to you there and then?
Actually, that's happened numerous times, and legitimately. One time, and I'm not exaggerating, in the Philadelphia airport, I went into the restroom to use the urinal, and the guy next to me noticed me, started talking to me. So of course I got stage fright, couldn't do anything, got frustrated, and I said, okay, I got to go. I left because he wanted to shake my hand, and I was like, that's... So then I left, and I went down the terminal. I found another restroom. I went in the urinal. As I was just about to go to the restroom, not the same guy, another guy walks into this restroom, sees me in the urinal, recognizes me, begins standing there talking to me just while I'm trying to go to the restroom. And I can't do anything. So I get, I just like, I got to give up. So I leave again. I go to a third one, and then I go into the bathroom stall to use the restroom because I want to make sure nobody noticed me. So
that's the best way. I always use bathroom stall. Yeah.
Isn't it ironic that the only stalls that are big enough for you to run around in are the handicap stalls? That's just kind of weird.
That's true. I always go to the handicap one because they are the cleanest one.
Yeah, and it's like your own personal bathroom.
Exactly. I agree with that. Let's see. Indie horror. Do you have a favorite person you work with in the ring, or a least favorite? And the least favorite, okay?
Neither one. I don't have a favorite, and I don't have a least favorite. They're, I've been lucky and where I've gotten those guys that I had that chemistry with, and really enjoyed being there in the ring with. And I'm sure as I get the opportunities to do acting and stuff, it'll probably be the same situation where there'll probably be those certain people where you'll just click with, and it's not even, it's just you just do it. And in acting, in wrestling, there are a lot of chances I've had where we call it, it's like having a day off, where you just go in there and it's just so easy and so effortless, and it's like a day off. But then sometimes you go in there with certain guys and it's like pulling teeth, like you're sitting in the dentist chair, and it's just as painful and seems like it takes just as long to get what you need done.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, I drive a shitty car. Must be your number one fan here. Al, did you ever feel embarrassed by any storylines that WWE did?
The only thing I ever really felt truly embarrassed by was the Kennel from Hell match or whatever, and that was only because they had dropped the ball on making sure that they had the properly trained animals. I mean, I'm sure Max would, from the experience in entertainment, would tell you the last thing you ever want to work with are children or animals. Mm-hmm. And they're wanting to do a live match where the entire story centers around, Rottweilers. And, from the start of the onset of they told me the idea for the story. I'm like, well, it's great, but we need to have highly trained animals, and all of the animals need to be trained by one training school and led by one guy. And, when I arrived to do this live, performance of this match, that literally the entire focus is on these animals, I find out that, they've just simply that day went around and contacted veterinarian clinics and found out a list of people who owned Rottweilers and brought them there. And I think one dog had some obedience training, and that was it. So literally the entire crux of the story that had been told for 2 or 3 months to build to this payoff, now you couldn't utilize because the dogs were so busy, urinating and defecating and even fornicating outside the ring where they were surrounded the ring, but they couldn't even show them on TV. So that, and then, people bring it up all the time, and they, they think it, gets my goat. It doesn't really get my goat. It just, it was just disappointing because it was a great opportunity that was just thrown away just due to poor planning, and that's all.
I remember we talked about this on Terror Troop last time. So it was funny. Yeah. with Willis.
Yeah, everybody brings it up. They all bring it up, and it's, they think it doesn't bother me, except for, just like I said, it's just disappointing that it was a really big opportunity to do something and something unique, and they just kind of slapped it together.
Let's see. We have here a question from Horror Scream for me. Okay. Max, other than Al, is there anybody you would like to work with or had the opportunity to work with? Actually, yes. I work with Michael Berryman from The Hills Have Eyes and became friend, of course. I work with Bobby Rhodes from Demons 1 and 2. And he was my neighbor in Italy. So that was very strange, you know. The only black guy who lives in Italy is my friend. And at the time, you know, when I was 20, 19, something like that. So we became friends. We're still in touch. So he lives in London. I live here now in South America. So you know, was a little bit. It's like 20 years we know each other. So it was a very good guy. Still is. Still good actor. You know, I know Al, of course. I know a couple of other actors, and maybe you guys don't know that we are still in good terms. So right now, what I would like to work with is someone who give me money, and that would be the best. So I can hire anybody I want. But to be honest, I'm very happy with the people I know. I'm very loyal. I always work with the same actors. So for now, it's very good. Let's see. We have Rocky Van Henneken. This time I say correct. Hal, I enjoyed your guest booker shot. Based on your success in OVW, would you ever considering doing that full time again?
You know, I probably not. Just because again, I think that you know, everything has a life to it, and I think I've definitely lived a life and a half in wrestling, and I think it's, you know, it's time to pursue other things and other goals, and I'm really excited about, you know, getting the chance to do that. And I really love to do, you know, write or book wrestling, and really enjoy it. But I'm even more excited about going and doing the acting too.
Excellent, excellent. Let's see. We have another question from Al. Okay, from Mr. Skeeter. Did the constant digs Mick Foley made at you, did they ever set you off?
No, not at all. The only difference between what Mick does it out in public, and I do it behind the scenes. And let me tell you, we liken it to like a boxing match, like a verbal boxing match, and like every time I knock him out, like, you know, just here comes the right cross, or, you know, strong left uppercut, and then he, boom, down he goes. It's down goes Foley, down goes Foley, down goes Foley. So.
Let's do it here. Max, I'm enjoying the art that is coming out for your films. Who's creating it for you? Actually, he's a very good friend of mine. I wrote here his name because I don't remember. I'm joking. Is Eric Mueller, is a guy from Brazil. He's a very good artist. Actually, does pop art. And we just start talking about his art, and he said, Max, can I do something for you? Sure. Just do it, something. And we were talking about the other day about something. I was on the internet today, and boom, came out the amazing poster that I posted on my Facebook page that he did for Where Evil Dwell. And I sent it to my distributor. He said, it's fantastic. We have to use this. I said, done. So we already have the poster and the video box and everything. So this guy is very good. He's very good. I work also with another artist. Is from UK. His name is God Boy. So Lee Arnap is his real name, and he does a lot of, you know, good things. It zombified my face on my profile right now. So I have good people, actually. I have good crew, good actors. So I'm very happy about this. Let's see. Hindi horror. That appears to be a number of wrestlers getting into horror. Aside from yourself, are there any other wrestler you think will make fantastic film actor? Question for me or for her?
Yeah, I don't know if he's asking.
No, it's for you.
For me?
Yes.
You know, a lot of guys talk to me about it because they know that I've been doing a lot of, you know, been getting a lot of opportunities and stuff. And so a lot of them, you know, have expressed an interest. And they all have the ability and the skills from the wrestling. The ones that are really good at it, you know, I think would the guys that you already know that are really good in the wrestling would obviously probably excel in the acting. But you know, wrestlers are funny. They just assume that, because, I've been a wrestler, I can just step into it. They don't understand that, you got to kind of do the same thing as when you first started wrestling. You got to kind of start all over again, and start from the bottom and earn your way in and pay your dues and learn some skills, because it is a different world. It's not the same as wrestling. It's similar, but it's not exactly the same. And as such, you've got to be willing to, start from the bottom. And a lot of the guys just, they think they can just walk across and go right into it. And they do have an advantage over the average person who wants to act, because they already have an established audience. And if they've been on any amount of WWF TV and that exposure, they have an established worldwide audience, which is an advantage that a lot of us as wrestlers have over a lot of other people. That, we're literally known in about 130 different countries, 140 different countries around the world. So for a distributor, that's a big plus. And but for a director, if the wrestler hasn't had really any genuine experience acting yet, it could be a nightmare. So
it's true, and the business is very tedious. You have to do a scene over and over and over, and the other angle and the other angle. Was a very good scene. Let's make another one.
Yeah, and that really, that's a big departure from, and it takes a lot to get used to from the wrestling business. The wrestling business, it's live and it's one take, and it's, here's the general idea of what we want you to get across. You need to go out and do it. Go hit a home run. And, and you got to go do it. And that's it. And there's no retakes. There's no, that was awesome, let's do it again. And when you go into the world of acting, and I know still I struggle with that, where, I'll do something and they'll go, yeah, that was great. We loved it. Do it again. And for a moment I go, wait a minute, why? I just did it. You said it was great. It's okay. We're good. And then, but you have to do it again, and you have to be consistent when you do it too. You can't just, we'll just do it again. You
have to do it again because it's a safety. Maybe something happened with the camera, didn't shoot the scene, or it was like a glitch. That's what you do again. It's a pain in the ass, I know. But
you have to hit the same mark, and you gotta deliver the same lines. It's like I said, it's
the same movement. Everything. We have a question from Rocky Van Heineken. Max, if you ever need a graphic designer, I'm available. Absolutely. Just contact me via Facebook. There is no problem.
Really?
My name is Massimiliano Cerchi. Cerchi. But the real last name is Cerchi. But for American, Cerchi. You'll find me there. Let's see. Gentlemen, I use the term very lightly. Exactly. Very good.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. I need to run. That's Mr. Skeeter. Okay. Have a good night. Emily, a lot of singers steps into acting too. I think wrestlers have a better track records. Okay, could be. Okay. Does anyone have a final question for Al or Max? Okay, actually we have from Horror Scream. Max, what is the hardest thing you find other than finding the money in the film industry? Actually, it's finding the money and having a distributor that you can trust, because I have such a bad experience with distributor that I stopped making movies for 6 years because I had to sue them, then they declare bankruptcy, then you lose money with the attorney, and blah, 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 blah. And it's really a pain in the ass. So right now I have better distributors, people I can trust. They're a little bit higher up in the hierarchy of independent movies. So finger crossed, or we will do self-distribution. Costs a little bit more money, but we can control everything. So this is something that we have to talk with my executive producer, Shimon Amzaleg, or we'll go with some distributor that already contact us for this movie and for others. So we'll just have to find out something. Let's see, Emily, have you ever thought about writing a movie together? Me and Hal? Yeah, actually we do. It would be Operation Snowstorm that we talked last time. So it would be an action mafia kind of thing. We will do hopefully something good. Let's see. Horror Screen, Max, if someone came along with a blank check and the budget was not an issue, what you will do? I'll take the check or run away with Al.
Go to an island.
Now we buy an island. No, I'm joking. No, we will do actually. I have an epic movie in mind to do, like sword and dragons and stuff. It's called The Demon Hunter or Demon Hunter. You can skip the D if you don't like it. That will cost a couple of $1 million. So I'm always on budget. I don't want 50 million. I don't know what to do with 50 million. I will do a movie with 48, and I will keep 2 million for myself, I think. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I will do a movie for 2 million, and I will keep 48 with me, because I really don't know what to do with $50 million. I have no idea. PT Superman 17, because there's 16 more PT Superman, I believe.
Right.
Hey guys, did you bring your wrestling character into the horror film? Again with the same question. I think we already answered this question 300 or 400 times. Hal, I think, has sore throat us answering always the same thing. The film hasn't been shot yet. Evil Duels in the movie is in pre-production. Like, Indie Horror actually just said the same thing. While I was answering, I saw Indie Horror writing the same answer. So perfect. Yes, we're still in pre-production. Maybe Hal will do a cameo in the movie. So we will do. Horror Scream. I would love to see an epic movie directed by you, but you have to bring Al as the bad guy, of course. Or the good guy. Al is very, has a lot of charisma, as you guys know in the wrestling. So he can play anything. So casting him always as the bad guy, it's a sort of stereotype. As the good guy, I think he will accept the role. Don't you?
Oh, I will do my utmost to do whatever is needed to be done.
I was falling asleep, but it's okay. Yes, sure, Max. Yeah.
Whatever,
Let's see, Rocky Heineken. Al, what's the most offensive thing a wrestling fan has done to you?
The most offensive thing? Boy, that's kind of tough. I think
List.
that's that long list. Not really. I mean, really nothing. I mean, the fans have always been, they've been I've been very fortunate. I mean, they're just awesome, wonderful, respectful people. I think
Except for the fan that punched you.
that's probably not good. The only time I think, and I really, and I think this was just maybe the lady didn't understand or whatever, because if somebody comes up and asks for an autograph or wants to talk to me, I genuinely, I try to go out of my way to accommodate people, and I'll never forget this. I was in Florida, and I had been on the road for like numerous days, okay, like a long time, and I was eating at the time dinner, and I was on the phone talking to my son, who I hadn't seen in probably a week and a half or 2 weeks. And a lady was sitting there with her 2 daughters. And, she asked if I could give her 2 daughters an autograph. And I said, while I was on the phone now, keep in mind, and while I was eating. And I said, yeah, can you in just a moment, I'll be more than happy to. And she flipped out and just started cussing and calling me an asshole and swearing up and down at me and thinking that I thought that I was too good for her, how dare I? And then she and her daughters, apparently they were about to leave anyways, and if she'd have just told me, well, we're about to leave, I'd have told my son, hold on a second, and I would have set the phone down. I would have went ahead and done. But I didn't know they were about to leave, and she just got up and they stormed out, and with her, cursing my name the whole way. So I think that was probably the worst experience I've ever had, and that was just a complete misunderstanding, with this woman. So, and I remember this. I still remember that to this day. It was in Florida.
Horrible. So, I remember they tell you, "Damn you, Hulk Hogan."
Yeah. I swore up and down I was a junkyard dog or somebody. I never.
Damn you! But what can you do?
Junkyard dog like that. JYD. Let me tell you something.
What we have here? Al, as the romantic lead, ask Horror Scream, and Emily say, if Danny Trejo from Machete can do it, Al definitely can, of course.
I think so, yeah. Come on now. Danny Trejo is awesome. He's tremendous, but it looks like it was run over by a truck. So he can do it. I can do it. Come on. And he was good. I mean, go on. He's doing it with like what's her name? You know, how much? Both those chicks were incredibly hot. I mean,
Jessica Alba, I think it was. Huh?
Jessica Alba. I'm like, yeah, all right, we're really stretching this one. Come on.
Exactly. You know, he's like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah, I'm
Actually,
Jessica Alba, and I'm looking at Danny Trejo going, yeah, I got to get me some of that. No, I don't think so.
yeah, it's the. You know, actually, I'm speaking with Danny Trejo on Facebook. He's a funny guy. You know, he's almost down to earth, so it's okay. Doesn't have a big attitude like you, but you know.
Yeah, you know, not everybody can be on the phone.
Let's see. Any more questions? Because I think we have 5 minutes more. Am I correct, Robert? Okay. We have no yes from Robert or no. So we have unlimited time. I will tell you, when I was born in 72. I know we are 15 minutes over. Okay, we can keep talking. Yeah. I can count to 10. I can count to 7.
Yeah, just pull out all the stops.
So guys, if you want to keep asking, he's telling us, Robert, you know, they are very flexible, so feel free to ask, you know. Al, are you ever been in Lima, Peru?
No, I haven't, and I would love to. I would love to get the opportunity to.
Me too. Send us 2 tickets. We'll be right there.
Right there.
Absolutely. It's no problem.
Yeah.
Lima, Ohio. I thought it was Lima, Peru.
No, I've been in Lima, Ohio a lot.
I thought it was Lima, Peru. The guy just said Lima. I was imagining Peru.
Yeah, no, Lima, Ohio. I've been in a lot there. So.
Oh. All right. No, Lima, Ohio. I've never been. Actually, I was.
You're not missing it.
So, what else? Any more questions? You want us to sing you guys a song? Come to England. Just send us a ticket. There is no problem. Actually, we will be in England, Al and I. Actually, this is a surprise for Al as well, for the Raindance Film Festival for next year, 2014, presenting the movie. Yep. So hopefully they will send us 2 tickets. We'll be there.
I go there. I've gone to England a lot of times, and I love it very much, and have a lot of fans in England. So.
Let's see, horror screen. Max, you ever been thought about shooting in UK? It's too expensive. I would love to shoot in Scotland because there are a lot of nice castles. But if I have to do the pro and the con, I will shoot in Romania, which is cheaper. They have the same castle, and you know it's good. You know it's good for the budget. I'm very budget savvy, so you know the crew is 3 people. It's me, the DP, and a gaffer, and we do everything. So. I'll clean the floor. I don't care as long as the movie's be done. Let's see, Rocky Van Heineken. Al, do you still sell Job Squad shirts?
Yes. I'm in talks with a couple of different wrestling T-shirt type websites about selling them again, and hopefully have them up soon.
Actually, I need one to clean the floor. So.
Okay.
See, that's why I like Al, because he knows I'm joking. Maybe. If I die on the set, you know what happened, guys.
Yeah, Max.
Pile drive. Let's see, indie horror. Speaking of Job Squad, the late 90s were pretty edgy, but was there ever an internal concern about the Job Squad gimmick? Was blurring the lines with fan too much?
No, because I don't, you have to understand that people didn't quite know what it was or what I was inferring, and it was never intended to get to where it was. It started out as just a joke, and it was just my smart alecky way of reminding the talent that what we did, that they didn't really win. And as a consequence, the guys that they beat didn't really lose, and there were people who really thought that they were winning matches and therefore could walk around and act like they really won the match. And it's like, yeah, you need to calm down, because it takes, much like in the acting in the film industry, and it takes a lot of people to make a movie, and a lot of people that don't get the credit and don't get the kudos and the public attention that the big movie star does. But if it weren't for all those unsung heroes, that movie star wouldn't be a movie star, and we wouldn't be making a movie. And it's the same in the wrestling business. There's tons and tons of people, and these guys walking around and thinking that they did everything on their own, that they're a star in their own right. They just had their head so far up their own ass they needed a glass stomach to see where they had to go.
That's true. That's true. There is a lot of people involved. Not in my movies, because once I will be on the set, we'll be see that the crew is like 3 people, so maybe 4 if I'm lucky. Maybe 4. Let's see. Indie horror. There is actually a Job Squad paper towel brand out there. I saw that, and I thought it was a gimmick infringement.
No, it's not. It's the Job Squad was a J period O period B period, and I did it that way so that it would stand for an acronym, for something mysterious. I never explained what it stood for, so that
And you will explain tonight, live here on Indie Horror TV.
I became like like the man from U.N.C.L.E. or Get Smart. Like we were our own little secret organization, and we were fighting the evil organization push, is what we call when a wrestler, when the promotion gets behind a wrestler, which they do in Hollywood with actors too, and they push them. Basically, they push them onto the public, and they push them out into the public eye. So we just call it, that's you getting the push. So, we were with the Job Squad, and we were fighting the evil organization push because none of us ever got one. So it was just a goofy way to explain it without actually telling people that it was in regards to winning and losing.
Okay. Let's see, Horror Scream. Max, when you come over for the Raindance Film Festival, is that to promote Where Evil Dwells? Of course, I just said. No, I just go to Raindance Film Festival to promote a romantic movie. No, I will be there. We will be there, actually. Hopefully, Al and I.
No, I'd love to do that.
And we will bring 2 porn stars with us, and we will promote the movie. So, will be a nice, attention grabber.
Yeah.
We will grab something else, but it'll be nice.
Yeah.
What else? Rocky Van Heineken. Al, were any of the guys backstage horror fans?
Oh yeah. A lot of the guys. Kane, obviously, a big horror fan. Undertaker, big horror fan. Midian was a big horror fan. There were a lot of guys that very, very into horror movies and such.
I don't understand why the Undertaker never became a horror actor. His brother did, Kane.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why they didn't give him the role to the Undertaker. And sorry to say that, but he has more, charisma than Kane. So
I don't know.
It was very strange for me. I thought he would get a nice role in any horror film. So, okay. I have the best one anyway. I'll know.
Yeah.
I can't complain.
Yeah.
More charisma than Al. Nobody has it.
I'll work on trying to give you a reason to, so don't worry.
Emily, ever Google yourself? Me or Al? Which one? Me, I do all the time. I don't know, Al.
I don't, no, I don't find myself that interesting, so. I just Google stuff that I already know about me. Granted, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff on the internet that I would be fascinated to find out that I apparently have either done or not done according to the internet. So
yeah, me too. I've done movies that I didn't even know. I've done this movie. Yeah. Good. They didn't pay me royalty for this movie. Why? What the hell is going on?
I did not realize that I was one of the first men on the moon, according to Wikipedia.
Yeah, how strange. Let's see. Indie horror. Undertaker was in Suburban Commando, and I thought it was terrible. I didn't see that movie.
Yeah, that was with Hulk Hogan, I believe. Hulk Hogan was in that
that movie, yes. That was terrible, it's true. I don't believe, I don't know why.
It was not good.
Yeah. Let's see. What other question for us? For Al? For me? For my cat? All right, final question.
Okay.
Anybody? Okay, Horror Scream. The Undertaker was in Poltergeist, the Legacy TV series, playing a demon, I believe. I have no idea.
I didn't know that.
Rocky Van Heineken, where can our fans contact you? Me or Hal? Me on Facebook, Al as well.
Yes, on Facebook, Al Snow on Facebook, and then on Twitter, the real Al Snow. You can contact me there too. So.
Okay, me Massimiliano, Massimiliano. Last name Cerchi, Cerchi. You write it Cerchi, you spell it like turkey. So, MassimilianoCerchi. But I think Indie Horror will put a link on both our Facebook page. Emily, I've been tweeting you like a needy stalker fan and annoying Max on Facebook already.
Oh, good.
Very good. I drive a shitty car, double S, double M, AM, O, I, O. Yes, exactly like that. Horror Screams. Thanks for the chat, guys. Good luck with the movie and keep me posted, Max. Of course. Citizen Grimm just posted my link. Such a nice guy. I will post Al's phone number right now.
Yeah, please do.
So everybody will call him 24 hours a day.
24 hours a day, I've got nothing to do. I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, exactly, I'm just telling people, hey, 1 second, I'll give you my autograph. Oh, fuck you! So the history will repeat itself.
Storm right out.
Yeah, even with all the question repeats, you both are very down-to-earth and humorous guy. Liars! It was an absolute pleasure chatting with you tonight. Another lie, but thank you very much for having us here. This is from I Drive a Shitty Car, which is the wife of Robert. Am I correct?
I don't know.
Let's see if they write yes, no, maybe, could be. Let's see. Because I know that the wife of Robert is a very big fan of Al. So, yes, lol. Yeah, I knew it. I know she was the big fan. So, Robert was telling me, my wife, she's a big fan of Al's. No. So, she will be jumping up and down now. We will give her we'll send Robert and wife an autograph DVD copy.
Absolutely.
So. Rocky Van Heineken, can Al suggest a new car for me? I drive the Aveo.
Yeah, just about anything other than the car that you're driving right now.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you'd want to, go back in time. They used to make the Yugo. Do you remember that, Max?
Yeah, of course.
The Yugo had a rear window defroster in it so that your hands would stay warm as you pushed the car. So
I remember. Let's see, I drive a shitty car. I always used to say that if I could ever meet any wrestler, it could have been Max. Al. Okay. I drive a shitty car, say, Rock, I'll trade you my PT Cruiser. Perfect. A lot of lol from Citizen Grimm. And Indie Horror telling us, well, thank you both so much for joining us. We love to have back again on the channel. Max, you're always in contact. Al, it will be great to have you around regularly as well.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much. We'll be around, and you can send us $5 each at our PayPal.
We'll make this movie one way or another.
Yeah, we'll do somewhere. There is no problem.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure to be with you guys, and as you can see, like I told you guys, Al is very down to earth, so we have a lot of fun. And that's pretty much our phone calls. We start talking about movies, and then and when we're talking about jokes,
tangents, yeah.
Yeah, and crap like that. So it's it's very fun. It's very funny. So thank you very much for having us. We'll be here, and my PayPal account. So
yep, there you go.
Feel free to send us money. We will take it. All right. So thank you, and see you soon.
Thank you, guys. Bye.